There's a person who has sabotaged more of your plans than anyone else alive. You've never blamed them. You've never even noticed them because they wear your face. Last night, you decided tomorrow would be different. You'd wake up early. You'd start the thing. You'd finally be the person you keep promising to become. And then tomorrow came, and the same quiet voice said, "Not yet. 5 more minutes. Start Monday. You lost. Again. Not to your boss, not to your enemies, not to bad luck. To yourself." This is the unbothered Stoic. One ancient idea made usable every week. Today, the quiet war you fight with yourself, and 3 tools to start winning it before your feet hit the floor tomorrow. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They believed the hardest empire to rule isn't a kingdom. It's the 6 inches between your ears. And the emperor, who actually ruled a kingdom, agreed with them. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man on earth, woke up not wanting to get out of bed. He wrote it down. In his private journal, the ruler of Rome argued with himself like a tired student. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, "I have to go to work. As a human being, what do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for? Or is this what I was created for, to huddle under the blankets and stay warm?" Sit with that. The most disciplined man in history had to talk himself out of bed. The war with yourself is not a sign that something's wrong with you. It's the human condition. Everyone fights it. Most people just lose quietly. Here's the core idea I want you to carry out of this video. Discipline is not a feeling. It's a decision you make before the feeling arrives. You've had it backwards your whole life. You've been waiting to feel motivated, feel ready, feel like it. And the Stoics would tell you gently that feeling is not coming, not reliably, not on the mornings that matter. The motivated version of you is a guest who visits sometimes. The disciplined version is a staff member who shows up whether the guest arrives or not. If that reframe just landed for you, do me one small favor and hit like. It genuinely helps this channel reach other people fighting the same quiet war. Then let's keep going, because knowing this isn't enough. You need the moves. So here are 3, all Stoic, all usable today. The first is what I'll call naming the deserter. The moment you feel yourself pulling back from something you decided to do, don't argue with the feeling. Just name it. Say quietly, "This is the part of me that wants to lose." Epictetus taught that we are not disturbed by things, but by our stories about them. The story your resistance tells is always reasonable. You're tired. You'll do it better later. You deserve a break. Naming it strips the disguise off. It's not wisdom. It's the deserter, dressed up as common sense. You don't have to defeat it. You just have to see it clearly enough that you stop obeying it automatically. The second exercise is the smallest possible step. The Stoics were practical. They knew willpower is a small tank, not an ocean. So don't demand the whole task from yourself. Demand the first inch. Don't write the book. Open the document. Don't run 5 miles. Put on the shoes. Marcus didn't tell himself to conquer the day. He told himself to get out of bed. One action. The one directly in front of him. Seneca said it plainly. He who is everywhere is nowhere. So stop trying to be everywhere in your future. Do the one nearest thing. Almost every time the first inch breaks the spell, the resistance was guarding the doorway, not the whole house. The third exercise is the one that changes everything long term. Do the hard thing first, on purpose when it's small. The Stoics practiced voluntary difficulty, taking the cold water, skipping the comfort, not because suffering is noble, but because every time you choose the harder right over the easier wrong, you cast a vote for who you are. Discipline isn't built in the big dramatic moments. It's built in the tiny ones nobody sees. The alarm that goes off and you actually rise. The snack you don't reach for. The message you answer honestly instead of avoiding. Each one is a rep, and you are always in the gym, whether you train or not. Now let me be honest with you about something, because I don't want to sell you a fantasy. You will still lose some mornings. The Stoics were not machines. Marcus scolded himself in that journal for years, which means he kept failing for years. The goal was never perfection. The goal was to lose less often and to get back up faster when you do. Because here's what nobody tells you about the war with yourself. You don't win it once. You win it daily. It's not a battle. It's a practice. And every time you show up, even badly, even late, you're becoming someone the resistance has less power over. Not because it disappears, but because you've learned to act while it's still talking. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Not master of his job, not master of his money. Master of himself. That's the only territory that was ever really yours. So tomorrow, when that quiet voice says, "Not yet," you'll know its name. You'll take the first inch anyway, and you'll cast one more vote for the person you're trying to become. Before you go, I'm curious and I read the comments. What is the one small thing your resistance wins almost every single day? Name it below. Saying it out loud is where it starts to lose. The next video is about a strange Stoic habit that sounds morbid, but is secretly the most life-giving idea they ever had. They practiced thinking about their own death every single day, and it made them fearless. Subscribe and stay. We're building this calm, one idea at a time.